to politics in one of my previous videos, but unfortunately I accidentally deleted that video. So let's talk about Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn. Now this looks awesome. Microsoft are putting $5 to $10 million into this web series, 15 minutes each. I think it's going to go for about 90 minutes every episode, and it just looks great, guys. I'm looking really forward to it. Daniel Cudmore is playing the Master Chief. This dude's massive, 201 centimeters, very muscular dude. He played Colossus in X-Men. Unfortunately, he hasn't got a great voice, not too low. It's nothing like Steve Downes, who plays the voice of the Master Chief. But he's definitely, physically, he's good for the role. I was hoping they would do something similar to the David Prowse, James Earl Jones situation, where you had someone like David Prowse, who was a massive bodybuilder but had a very high-pitched British accent, and then they decided to dub James Earl Jones with that low, menacing voice, which truly sent shivers down your spines when you heard him. So, but unfortunately, they're not doing that. But it doesn't matter too much because Daniel Cudmore's voice isn't too bad. Anyway, this is just Invasion, of course. I did alright in this match, not too bad. Nothing much more to say. Fortunately, I have to go back to school on Monday. I don't know about if any Americans are watching this right now. It's Saturday here, so that's unfortunate. Oh, and they've given us holiday homework. There's nothing worse than holiday homework. Anyway, so tell me what you guys think of Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn, the series. And yes, the girl from Narnia is in it, and I've noticed that. I've seen Narnia. It's actually not... I saw it when I was very young, but it's not bad, The Chronicles of Narnia. I haven't read the books. So I can emphasize for people who say, "Oh, have you seen the movie?" Instead of, saying, "Have you seen the books?" If I ask that to somebody who's read the books, because I've read the War of the Worlds series by H.G. Wells, and then people always go, "Oh, have you seen the movie, man?" I'm like, "No, but I've read the book." So that's a bit annoying. I've read the Harry Potter books and I've seen the movies. I'm not a massive fan of the movies. I like the first few, but the others were too dark for me. Not as in the plot, just the way it looked, it wasn't very good. I'd like to say I've read Lord of the Rings, but I just don't have the patience to read it. It's just too long and drawn out. I am a big fan of the movies, and of course I'm a massive Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Speaking of books, though, I believe Halo Silentium is coming out January 13th, 2013, I believe, and the cover art looks amazing, so I highly recommend you guys buy the book. And it seems to have the Krypton at the ball that we saw in the Halo 4 trailer, so that must have some resident connection with Halo 4 and the Forerunner saga, which is written by Greg Bear, and he has got a Hugo and Nebula award, so he's a very talented man, and I look very forward to seeing what that's about. I also really hope the Arbiter's back in Halo 4, by the way. And also, I'd like you guys to elaborate on this. If any of you guys are Call of Duty fans, I'm not a Call of Duty fan, I don't really like it that much, but I've heard some interesting rumours saying that could be Black Ops 2 could be the last game in the Call of Duty series. Could any of you confirm, deny, or just say I don't know to any of these rumours, because I'm unsure. One of my friends did tell me. He said to me that it was going to be the last Call of Duty, and I was like, whoa, but I looked it up and it said rumours, so please excuse this terrible sniping, guys. Absolutely shocking, but I make up for it for my vehicle performance, so don't worry. I was wondering if any of you guys could elaborate on that or tell me in the comments below, because I am relatively interested, because I think the video game market would be very weird without Call of Duty there, because Modern Warfare 3 was like the best-selling entertainment thing for 2011 or 2010, whenever it came out. So it's a highly successful series, even though I don't like it. I quite enjoy the campaign, not as in play, as in gameplay, but I enjoy the storyline. But I don't think the multiplayer is very rewarding. I don't like killing people with 1 or 2 shots. I think that very much limits one-on-one combat with people. It's just, I don't know, some people just like it because they just like to shoot things, but I prefer a game more like Halo where you require a little bit more skill. And it really annoys me though when people have the argument, oh, well, the game's more realistic. Well, that's not true. First of all, Halo isn't bound by realism because it's in the future. 540 years in the future, in fact. And secondly, the Call of Duty series has things like command or whatever. Like, if you can't just get something that's going to help you land a fall, and it's not going to hurt you as much as if you didn't have something. Or you can't just call in a nuke. That's not how things work. So I think that argument is silly. I was actually talking to my brother about it, and he was saying, I don't know, I refuted most of his points, but he was saying something like, oh, well, you know, when I'm in a one-on-one situation, I get killed more in Halo just after I've killed somebody of similar skill to me. Now, I said to him, well, then maybe don't go in such close quarters, because he said to me a similar thing happened in COD, but not as much. But this doesn't make any sense to me, because then I see him, almost all the kills I see him get in COD is when somebody's got their back turned toward them. So I think, because that's what I like about Halo, if somebody shoots you, you have the chance to defend yourself. In fact, later in this video you'll see when a not so skilled player tries to attack me and I defend myself quite well, I do kill him. But that's what I'd like to stress the most. That's something that COD definitely lacks. But it's kind of weird. I mean, if you're going to play in such a fashion, what does that matter to you anyway? I mean, what I have experienced with Halo, though, I've seen with other people, is that if you're not good at it, it's certainly not as fun as a game. Now, I have played Call of Duty before. I'm mediocre, to say the least. So it could be impacting on how I see the game. So maybe I should refrain my comments. But games like game reviews like Game Informer, Metacritic, you know, IGN frequently give games like Halo higher ratings than the Call of Duty games. So I think that, say for Modern Warfare, that's pretty much similar to Halo 2. Halo 2 and Modern Warfare got both 10 out of 10 from Game Informer. But say from that, I've noticed that the GTA series is actually critically acclaimed, and I actually got it on my iPad tablet. It's great fun. It's very fun running over people, and I particularly enjoy the Chatterbox 109 radio station on there. I think that's great fun. So also, guys, I'd like you guys to tell me what you like and what you don't like about Halo 4 so far. Because there are I was quite relieved to see that Infinity Slayer would be the only place with the drops, because I'm not too sure about how I'm going to feel with that. I've never been a big fan of drops. I'm willing to try it out, because obviously they're trying that Infinity Slayer, so I think that's good that it will be in a contained playlist, so you can try that, but then it's not compulsory either. And I think it's good that you've been given the option to do it too. And I think Microsoft are doing a fantastic job. They're expanding they're making tablets now, they sell music on Zune, and now they're doing this web series. And what I think is that this web series is going to be a trial, and if it does well, they're going to come out with the Halo movie. Because primarily it's used as a marketing campaign. But if it works, then Microsoft will know that Halo could work very well as a movie. And that will gross millions of dollars. I mean, I think that if you look at the storyline of Halo and you see it as a movie, I'm not, with terms of morals and coming of age and learning that type of stuff, Halo's not that type of movie like Star Wars. But I believe the storyline for Halo, all the complexities, the mysteries of the Forerunners, the feudalness of the Covenant, and this weird, almost fascism-like style of the UNSC, also seems quite feudal. I think something like that could work very well as a storyline. I mean, I think that Halo actually has a very good storyline, and many people aren't aware of it. But that's the thing. The one problem with Halo is that to understand the story and what goes on around it, you have to read the books and go on the webs, Halo Nation and stuff like that. Because I think there's like 10 of the books are New York bestsellers, so they're critically acclaimed books as well. And I think the expanded universe is very good. So I'm a massive Star Wars fan, as I said, but the expanded universe in Star Wars was pretty shit. I mean, I think the prequels were really bad. I think ever since the Ewoks in Episode 6 is when George Lucas started to use those things as marketing campaigns for toys, you know, so kids would like the Ewoks, girls would think they're cute. And take Phantom Menace as an example, having C-3PO constructed as Anakin. Just sounds like a way to get more toys to sell it on the Phantom Menace. Now, I have no problem with that as a plotline, but I do not like Jar Jar Binks as a character. Also, guys, we're coming up to that part of the game where I was challenged by something. So this is, I'll show you in a second. I'm just demonstrating that in Halo, you do have the opportunity to fight back against people. See, when I engaged that fella, I wasn't on full health. Anyway, that's besides the point right now. So, I want to know if you guys think there'll be a Halo movie and if it'll be successful. Because I know that there was meant to be a Halo movie in 2007, I think, directed by Peter Jackson. It had something to do with Neil Blomkamp, but that didn't happen, and then he made District 9, I don't know. But I'd personally love to see a Halo movie. This is the only problem I could see. As long as they don't look at the movie from too much of a UNSC point of view, I want it to be more of an epic journey movie. I want it to feel alien, and I want you to feel this new environment when you land on the Halo rings, because that's what it was meant to be like. You know, when you landed on this ancient ring world where there's technology beyond your comprehension. So I want it to be a sci-fi. I don't want it to be a military sci-fi like Starship Troopers. I think that could be one problem, because if you look at Halo in essence, it's not really meant to be like that. It's meant to be about the mystery and the awe. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know, I was just playing it and now it's... That's better. Okay, that's better, sorry. I think if you leave it for a while it strays off like that. Yeah, but as I said, that's how I want... And yeah, I get owned here, this is pretty sad. Dear, dear, dear. Anyway, so... What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Fuck. Excuse my language, guys. Didn't mean for that to happen. Just very frustrated at what's going on here. I didn't switch to the third person, so... Fucking hell. Ugh. Okay. What have I done wrong here? Oh, that's better. As you can see, that guy tried to stick me with a grenade. Sorry about the cussing, guys. But as I was saying, do you guys think if Halo came out it would be a successful movie? Why or why not? I'd like to know. And would you see it? And if you were the director or the movie maker, would you capture in essence the alienness of the Covenant and their fuel system? Would you capture the ruggedness and of the UNSC, almost like a special forces type view of it? Would you look at it on scope and scale, as in the brilliance of the Forerunners and the universe as a whole? Or would you focus more on someone like the Master Chief, the main character? I'd like to know what you guys would actually do. Because I'm pretty sure IGN voted Master Chief as the most overrated character of all time. And as much as I do like Master Chief, he is a very, very overrated character.